Art has been at the forefront of human communication for centuries. Before the TV, radio, and internet, art played a major role in influencing human civilization. Propaganda as we know it today was first practiced using art to convince citizens to join a movement or cause, and even used to create a sentiment or feeling around a society. In today's video, we're going to analyze my personal top influential art pieces done with the purpose of protesting or with a propaganda goal in order to influence a war or conflict. However, before we begin, if you like political science, art, and philosophy, please subscribe. I just started making content, so I will also appreciate any sort of feedback in the comments. And if you have a personal favorite art piece, leave it down below. It will also serve me to make a future video. Paolo Uccello, The Battle for San Romano, 1438. During the wars between the Florentine army and the Sienese army, Paolo Uccello was made in charge of creating an art piece that portrayed the Florentine army in a positive manner. This is one of the first times we see a concept similar to modern-day propaganda being used in history. This piece by Paolo Uccello was also one of the first war-oriented art pieces in the style of the Renaissance. Today, the piece is divided into 3 art pieces, and one can be found in the Louvre in Paris and the other 2 in London. Diego Velázquez, Surrender of Breda, 1634. Diego Velázquez was a Spanish general during the Spanish Empire Golden Age. On June 5, 1625, the Spanish general conquered the city of Breda from the Dutch. In the painting, we can see the transfer of the keys of the city from the Dutch to the Spanish. Today, the painting is located in the El Retiro Museum in Madrid. Benjamin West, The Death of General Wolfe, 1770. This painting is one of the first war-inspired paintings done in North America. During the 7 Years' War between the French and the English, at the moment of victory, General Wolfe died, who was leading one of the main battalions against the English. This is the moment that is captured in this painting. Today, the piece can be seen at the Real Museum of Ontario and is one of the most important Canadian art pieces ever created. Francisco Goya, 3rd of May, 1808 to 1814. This is one of my personal favorites. Goya made this piece in one of Spain's darkest moments, in which Napoleon was executing a plan to conquer Spain and make it to Madrid. This painting also was one of the first in history to be made in order to boost morale among the population and not with the sole purpose of giving honor to someone or to just propaganda a government or state. This painting can be seen in the Museum of El Prado in Madrid. In the painting, we can see a man dressed like a regular Spanish citizen at the time with his hands up, but we also see a lot of fighting around it, basically giving the illusion that we should not give up and keep fighting for the land that we claim. It is important to mention that the whole reason for this painting was because Napoleon at the time had successfully captured land all over Europe, and many states around Europe were scared that the balance of power was being destroyed around European nations and monarchies because of Napoleon. To finish this video, we're going to see a modern outlook in painting and one of the most influential World War II paintings, Roy Lichtenstein, 1963. In this painting, first commissioned in a comic book by Roy, we can see a US Air Force A-10 striking targets in Vietnam. This was in the middle of the Cold War, so paintings of this kind showing the power of the United States Air Force were common, but very taboo at the time and in society. This piece was also culturally important because it started what we know today as the pop art movement, and while this art piece might cause you to think that this is just a propaganda piece for the war effort, this is one of the best part of Roy's pieces. He uses war art style to represent human emotions and not war purposes. In this painting, Roy wanted to show emotions and the typical stress of human society and human life. So many people think that this piece is made with the purpose of providing a propaganda or information about the war efforts the United States was going through at the time. This is not true. It actually doesn't have to do with war at all. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this sort of content, please subscribe and leave a like.